Buddy, it's me, Kermit the Frog.
What's up, guys?
I'm on drugs.
We are live from
You are wearing a green sweatshirt, too,
for another episode of Dem Game Boys. I am your host. Yeah, why not? Kian, not Keith, and I'm apparently with Kermit the fucking Frog.
You're darn right you are.
He's in disguise as Invader Zim, though.
Grr.
Whatever.
Semantics.
Now you sound more like Bobcat Goldstein from Hercules. The demon.
I'm sorry. This voice is very weird to do consistently.
You're like Jerry Seinfeld's Ray Romano now.
Go back
Deborah!
to being whoever that was from King of the Hill.
Bobby!
What the fuck is that? That was like...
I don't know. I'm
Bobby!
And you are?
It sounds like he was saying Barbie. Oh, I'm here.
Your peer?
Great to hear I'm here. Alright, so...
Oh, I thought he said he was Pierre, or Pierre.
Pierre
de Resistance.
Pierre is here.
Alright, so we just have... Before we get into our regular antics and jokes...
A serious issue.
We do really have a serious issue we want to bring up. I want to bring this up...
I forgot we were doing the serious issue first.
Yeah, it's fine. I want to bring this up in the start of the podcast just because I don't want it to be a downer at the end, you know? I'm a big believer in, like, not ending things in a downer. But last week, there was a shooting in Jacksonville during the
Madden, yeah.
The EA Madden Championship Series. The tournament was taking place downtown Jacksonville, Florida, and the reports suggest that 4 have been left dead in the shooting while further accounts come in. So, by the end of it, it was like, what, 3 people died? 3 or 4?
I only heard 2.
Okay.
2 or 3 somewhere.
There were some casualties. So EA put out this put out a statement about it, and they were actually really, really, really cool about it. They were, not cool, but they were like, we don't condone this stuff. This isn't cool, and they have a $1 million to the victims was donated to set up a tribute live stream, which was super awesome. The thing I guess I really wanted to bring up, like, I'm also a big, strong believer. I know a lot of other podcasts and news media outlets aren't, but one of my favorite podcasts, Rachel, put this in my head when I would listen. He's like, man, I don't like talking about tragedies, but I don't like to bring up the asshole who shot up the place. I don't want to give you his name. I don't want to give you a face. Because
that creates a platform. Because
people will share that shit already. He's like, I hope he burns in hell. And I'm like, he doesn't deserve to have his name out there. So, I guess for me, the thing that like we really are here to talk about is what happens next. And it's not what happens next with gun control, because unfortunately, there's no way to really change anything. Like, that sounds super like downish, but there really isn't. Like, no matter what, someone is going to do something that's going to counteract whatever kind of movement another person is doing. But what we want to talk about is, if you remember correctly, it was last year, right? The Parkland shooting?
I think so.
Yeah, where people were really hitting hard on video games. And if you remember correctly, Donald Trump did a supercut of YouTubers' videos without their permission, first of all. We'll get into it all. We'll talk about that off mic. But they showed like the most violent video games and why we should ban video games. And a lot of people were talking about like, man, we should not do that. That's not all how video games work. And, video games aren't like that. So to have someone basically get mad for losing and then shooting up for losing really pushes the gaming community back a lot. Mm-hmm. Like, whatever ground we did have, I feel like we're heading back to 1992 Mortal Kombat. That's how I feel now. Mm-hmm. Because it's now no longer just violent. Like, because of this, I feel like it's no longer just violent video games that are going to be put to the test. It's going to be games like this. Yeah. It's going to be like competitive games and shit like that. So, it's shitty, and I really hope there isn't a repercussion. That's being optimistic, but there's definitely going to be a repercussion. So,
on some scale, yeah.
So, you'll probably be seeing in the media soon. A senator, a president, someone is going to be like, we need to look back at these video games and say how dangerous they are.
Basically misinforming the population.
Which is super shitty, because, like...
Studies have been done.
Yeah.
Many times before.
Exactly, like...
Proving that no correlation exists.
Right. Which I think video game communities changed, at least, I don't think it's as toxic, because I don't hear, like, people saying they're going to rape my mom anymore and shit like that.
Not unless they're younger than 13.
But you know what I mean, though, like, it used to be, like...
Everybody and their mother.
Like on every game?
Basically.
Oh, yeah, like, someone pointed out...
If you could throw a mic on there, you'd hear it.
Like, because I remember someone pointing out that they're like, back in my day, we could say the N-word without getting in trouble. I'm like, well, that's not even good to think about.
Have some class.
Well, yeah, he's like, see, I could... Like, and my friend wrote that status, is like, see, back in the day I could say the N-word without any repercussions. I'm like, no, you couldn't. You'd still get repercussions if you said it in the real world. So, it just really sucks. I have the website down in the link below if you want to help them. I donated a little bit. I'm not saying you have to, but
give if you can.
Give if you can. It does mean a lot, as little as it is, helping people during crisis, like any crisis. It doesn't even be like a gaming shooting, like any crisis. I try to do that for everything, but the news is just so depressing that like every week we'd have to have a benefit banner down there.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, as much as I would like to, it just gets sad. So, yeah, we're now gonna try to make jokes. I'm sorry that we opened up in a really, really tough thing, but we needed to talk about it. Best thing you can do. I know Hale, who's on here sometimes, always tells me this, and always says, if I ever talk about platforming, about like this kind of stuff, is communicate with your locals, with your senators. You may think it comes up in deaf ears, but if enough of you do it, they'll listen. So let's go into the trailers. First trailer is a game I've been waiting for 20 years. Streets of fucking Rage 4.
It's not the actual title.
Yeah. Fucking is in the middle of it.
Wow, that fly well in stores.
Those are some really angry
GameStop,
streets.
you just go there and just be like, Streets
It's
of
a
fucking Rage 4!
Timmy, it's the fucking name of the title, Mom.
And it's still just rated, what was it rated?
T.
Yeah, it's just still just rated T.
Oh.
So
try not to say it too often, not in front of guests.
Yeah. So like with this in mind, like it's really looks really cool, but like it's one of those things where I'm like cautiously optimistic.
I was gonna say, you sounded really cautious when we were talking about it.
I love, you guys know me. I love beat 'em ups.
Yep.
I think they are my favorite genre of game besides fighting games. Just because like beat 'em ups, I just remember being in an arcade while my mom was shopping at the Asian store. Sorry.
What?
Just
One button.
yeah, no, it was like multiple. Like Streets of Rage did like
They had multiples, but
it's
you
like-
only hit the one.
no, like because you had a special still though too. Like
Fine. It's more like this.
it was like blah, 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 blah. It was like one. It was like index, ring, index, ring, spin, index, ring, index. But like, I really do personally enjoy Streets of Rage because it's a fun game. It is not my favorite beat 'em up. That goes to River City Ransom because that was a mix of like an RPG and a beat 'em up because you like got stats and shit and like could like more power, more kick, more stamina. So like that's a really cool one for me. But like I think that this is possibly probably my favorite of the Rages of the Streets. The way it looks, because it's no longer 8-bit, but it's got like an artistic. It's taking the European style of indie games where it looks hand drawn. You know, like some indie games work. Like Hollow Knight was one that like it was obviously made on a computer, but it looks like a cartoon. So there we have that. The animation. So Gil, you didn't watch the trailers, but there was a trailer called King of the Hat. It was all.
I missed.
Do you know what the
Golden
trailer? Did you watch
Opportunity.
this one?
I think I did, but at the
It's a
time
battle royale where your hat is your life. Like if your hat is destroyed, you die in this battle royale game. You use your hat as a weapon.
Oh,
See,
yeah,
I-
I remember thinking, what is this?
I love the concept behind it. I hate that it's a battle royale.
It's not a battle. It's like a Smash game.
Oh, all right.
Not a battle royale, but it's like 4 players fighting each other.
Oh.
It's a Smash game,
Ah.
and each hat like has kind of a special different ability.
Super Hat Bros.
Like the crown is more like a tiara boomerang, and there's like there's the party hat's more like a spiking projectile, like an arrow. It's a hat game, Gil. You missed out.
This is all about. This
Yeah.
is what I'm all about, and I missed it.
Then we go into
Just
Marvel's
sadness.
Spider-Man, and the big thing about this is that like the camera system where you can take selfies and shit is actually really, really like polished.
Nice.
It looks awesome.
I can't wait for this game.
Yeah. So then we go to Middle Earth Shadow of War Definitive Edition. It's just letting you know, hey, there's no more microtransactions. Fuck you guys. We're
That was
good.
in the comments.
Yeah. He's like, and to let you know, like, all the DLC is going to be in there. Eli texts me, he's like, I'm going to buy this. I'm like, you probably will, yeah. I can see it. Definitely a game for him. I still don't think Middle Earth Shadow of War was that fun. We did a Let's Play about a year ago, and I literally just pressed Y and was winning the game. That's literally it. Like, it's just follow a sheer directive, kill orcs, and I was like, I'm not having fun with this. This isn't as fun. It's more fun to watch. It was more fun to watch Max play it.
Why, was he raging or something?
No, it was just. I thought it was more entertaining than just actually playing it. Cyberpunk 2020
2077.
2077's gameplay footage came out, and goddamn, does it not look beautiful?
I was gonna say, the feel of it is really...
Oh, it's so
There are certain parts people really enjoy.
titties. Yeah, so okay, we're just gonna get on and talk about some of the comments on it. So like the beginning thing, like they're like, "Oh, pixelating tits, bitches." The Witcher didn't do that. And then like the first like 5 minutes, there's like just random tits, and the comments like, "A minute 55, there's titties." So like when you put a minute 55 as a timestamp and you click on it, you can just go to it. So if you're a weirdo like that, go right ahead.
How long is that video again?
45 minutes. I watched all 45 minutes, and there's just so much to this. There's like a gang system where if you fuck over one gang, they can come back after you. It's just super interesting. There's cybernetic upgrades, like you get like optic upgrades, hand upgrades. Like apparently, if you go later on, you can get like a blade upgrade where like a blade can just come out of your wrist, and you can just do like.
Like they have in the promotional video.
Yeah, so I'd be super awesome. Onimushu Warlords came out. This has been a game that hasn't been out for 10 years. So Capcom's taking risks again. Bringing back their old classic titles. We have Onimushu coming back. Still looking like a PS2 game. So,
Solid.
yeah. With this, it's kind of just like... I wish they kind of would... I know they can only do it for like not everything, but like I kind of wish they would have done the thing they were doing with Resident Evil 2 and give it like maybe a more visual upgrade, because apparently this is a horror game to some people. Like some places say it's a horror game, some places say it's an action adventure, but like with those PS2 graphics, it just seems more like an action adventure. Then we go into Shadow Awakening. And shadows are being awakened. No, it's a story-based RPG about like demons.
Demons.
Then Hell Warders came out, and it's basically, this one's weird. So Hell Warders is like a dungeon tactics game, but mixed with an RPG. Like it's a tower defense game where you can like put in soldiers and unlock different soldiers. But you control a main knight character or warrior character, and you level up their stats.
That's weird.
And then there was the Shadow of the Tomb Raider gameplay, which is fun looking still. It's basically your basic Tomb Raider, so if you were expecting anything else, sorry.
I was gonna say, any improvements that
Not
you
really.
saw?
Nah,
Is there any less dead lore in this game than there was in the
I'm
previous?
pretty sure there's going to be like more dead Laura.
Dang.
Dead Laura's everywhere.
Rest in pepperonis, my girl.
Yeah. The Surge 2 came out. We forgot to talk about this last week, was the Gamescom trailer. The Surge 2 is coming out, so Sci-Fi Dark Souls is back.
With even more sci-fi.
Yeah.
But less Dark Souls.
The enemies have guns now that you kill you in one shot, apparently.
Oh.
Oh boy.
Even more fair play.
I heard people really didn't like the Surge, am I correct?
I don't know. It's
I think it's
a
either
grab
the
bag.
Surge or Lords of the Fallen. Like, I know everyone hated Lords of the Fallen. I remember that. And I don't think people were really fond of Neo, if I remember correctly.
Well, some people really liked it.
Neo, samurais and shit. Okay, so, I know, Gil, you personally do not like Overwatch.
I do not know.
No. But, we have a news story.
You son of a bitch.
About the recent Davis short. It has nothing to do with the short in general. It has to do with the people's backlash at the ending.
Why is there backlash?
Because the incel community watched the ending and have been saying that Deva is a bitch because she friend-zoned that guy.
What?
At the end of the short.
Alright,
They're like, he saved her life and like she didn't even give her a date. She didn't even give him a date and shit like that.
Alright, settle down. These are not real people.
Yeah, no, like
Those lives are not actually in danger.
people were like, the incel crowd was super mad about this. Let me get some of the comments because they're really funny. Like, I know you don't like Overwatch, but like this is like, for me, this is like, I know we say it's 2018 all the time, but like this is like, man, it's fucking 2018. Like, why do characters have to like date in these fucking shorts? I don't get it. That just blows my mind.
People in their ships.
Okay, here it is. So here's the one. Animated short. We should just call it Friend Zone. Even the animated short, her missiles are useless. Haha, that's hilarious. This one is like, people are just mad that they're like, he saved her life and she didn't even let him go on a date with her. What? That's fucked up. I'm like, that's weird. Yeah, it's weird, Gil.
That's kind of weird. I thought he was just implying that he wanted to get dinner.
Yeah.
For himself.
Yeah.
By himself.
Yeah, I think that's what it was. Like, he could be gay. David could be gay. We don't know.
I was just thinking he was a guy that was hungry and didn't feel like having her not treat him.
They were good friends too. Like you could be.
They were friends since childhood.
Yeah, here's my thing.
They brought it up.
Yeah, like.
Whoa, I'm sorry there. I didn't mean to offend you. You didn't
Me?
have to flip me off.
What? I didn't.
What were you doing with your
I
hand?
said, here's the thing.
And then you went like this.
I was scratching my leg.
I don't know what you did, but it looked like you were moving me on.
No. Here's the thing. Here's the thing
You
that
hurt
gets me about this short. The thing that just blows my fucking mind is that like people. First of all, I just got done watching a Vice 6-minute documentary about incelibates, and it's the saddest, depressing thing I've ever seen. Is because all they do is self-deprecate and talk about wanting to kill themselves, and like the lady asks, like, you do realize this isn't like these people need help? Like, no, it's just a joke. And then at the end of it, it's like 4 of his friends have committed suicide since this interview. I'm like, God fucking damn!
Dang.
Holy shit!
4?
Yeah.
Whoa. Wow.
Like, yeah, like the incel community is like, oh, like, I'm not saying like feel bad for them because they're pieces of garbage who think like they're entitled to shit, but like that's depressing. Like, if you have mental problems like that, please get help. But no, it's just, man, it's weird. Like, I don't get internet outrage for shit. Like, Eminem shouldn't be in the Venom movie, and Deva should take this guy out on a date. Like, just because you are a girl and a guy does something nice for you does not mean you owe them a date. That's like being shitty. You do good things because you're a good person. You don't do good things because you think you're going to get something out of it.
I mean, you could treat him to a meal, but that's neither here nor there.
You know what I mean, though?
Yeah.
Like, when... I only bring this up because, like... I only bring this up because it just reminded me of my fucking old roommate. And I'm not going to say his name because that's just not cool. But like he would always say shit like that. He's like, I did this nice thing for this girl and she just like doesn't notice me. I'm like, why don't you just do nice things to be a good fucking person, you piece of shit? Just because Taco or whatever his name, I don't know his name, something Korean. Zach, what's a good Korean name?
I don't know.
That sounds very racist.
I'm kidding. He's like, and he wasn't, like in that short, he's like, he just cared that Deva was like not gonna get hurt.
They were more playful friends, if anything.
Platonic friends than anything else. So
Witty
like,
banter was said.
Yeah, so like the fact that he go, friend zone is stupid, and friend zone doesn't exist if you don't make it exist, okay? That's what I'm trying to say here, guys.
Well, this was a bigger rant than we needed to have.
Fuck yeah!
Anyway.
New rumors speculate that Netflix is planning a TV show on the Diablo video game series.
I mean, they're already doing Castlevania, so it wouldn't be that far off base.
Yeah, it kind of is, though. Diablo is a dungeon crawler that doesn't really technically have that much of a plot.
Really?
It does, though.
No.
You kill the devil and then shove
Yeah.
the stone in your head.
Yeah, but you have
And then
like
you have to
7
kill the
different
devil
fucking
again, and then you have to shove the stone in your head again.
Yeah, you have 7 different
And then you
fucking
just kill
classes.
the devil for the 3rd time.
Yeah, like that's the thing. You have 7 different classes though. That like, unless they're gonna put all 7 different character classes in the show, which would be kind of overkill.
They're their
7
own
seasons.
branching plot line.
Yeah, or it's like a choose your own adventure.
Yeah.
No, I'm kidding, but no, I don't know. The difference in this is though, like I think Castlevania just works because like it's short and to the point. Diablo is definitely not short and to the point. There's so many overarching things.
13 episodes. Bam.
No. Detective Pikachu director Rob Letterman claims that the movie's Pokemon will be similar to Guardians of the Galaxy's Rocket in terms of realism.
That's
What?
weird. Why? Why? They don't need to be that realistic.
Oh, but why, Gil?
Cause that's Pokken does it. Pokken doesn't, and it's still slightly weird.
I don't think
Have you seen Pokken?
I've seen Pokken, and I don't mind it. I don't mind Pokkens, but that's because this is a fucking video game and everything is 3D. Like, there's not been a good, like, transition. Like, as much as people want to be like, it's so realistic, it's still not. And especially it's a fucking yellow, like, Rocket Raccoon works because they have real raccoons.
Yeah, I was gonna say. There's no real comparison
It's
for
a
Pikachu.
yellow rat thing.
Especially one that's only like 5 inches tall.
Yeah. But this Pikachu won't be up. This Pikachu's probably going to go up to his thigh.
Yeah, that's weird.
I don't know. Like, I don't know. Is he going to be a chubby Pikachu? Or is he going to be
Probably
like
not.
buff Pikachu?
He's new Pikachu.
Yeah.
New Pikachu.
Pikachu's original design had him very chubby.
He was very thick.
He was cuddly.
Yeah. He was I think he was much more soluble as the cuddly Pikachu than he is now.
Yeah.
Whereas, like,
Now he's just a good pillow.
yeah. I don't know. It's weird. Just that thought. Just to, like, picture what, like, that Pikachu would look like. Just weirds me out. Like, I now just picture Rocket Raccoon with the detective hat. Like, that's literally what I picture now. And, like, which makes me wonder, like...
All the Pokemon are Rocket.
Well, my thing is, like, like... My thing then also makes me like, how many types of Pokemon are they actually going to put in here? Are we only just going to have Pikachu? Is there going to be more than just Pikachu?
They're probably going to have a few different types.
Probably the more well-known.
But with the
ones,
budget
yeah.
like that, like, my thing is, like, I don't know.
They probably won't have them on screen for very long.
Yeah,
so
they'll probably just be like a quick thing.
Cameo.
Yeah. I still want my CSI Detective Pikachu, where Detective Pikachu just solves, like, rapes and murders and stuff.
What? I'm not in this for this type of work. What the hell did happen here?
And, like, a illegal Ditto breeding ring.
Oh God, what are they doing to those Ditto? Oh
So,
God!
you never played Pokemon as a child, did you?
No.
Zach?
Ditto
So
can
is
breed with
basically just a
everything.
sex slave to, like...
Anyone that's
Yeah.
killing. Like, in-game. Anyone that has a Ditto exclusively keeps it at the daycare.
Just to have it poop out babies.
Really?
Yeah.
Basically, yeah.
Yeah. It's basically... Ditto is basically their hookers of the Pokemon universe.
He can be anything you want him to be.
Yeah. So,
Literally.
yeah, that's what... Yeah, Ditto's and
Are they in
Dragons
every game,
yes.
too?
Yeah.
Yes, they are. Originally, they were just there because, like, Ditto. And then they tried to give Ditto lore like it's like a failed Mew experiment, but everyone's like, nah, we're just going to use it for fucking...
Basically.
Like, I think it was like Pokemon 3, they tried to give it like some more in-depth reasoning, like why Ditto is Ditto, and everyone was like, that's interesting. It's still gonna get fucked, so.
Oh my god.
And like everyone would. Do you know what always bothered me? The male ratios of every Pokemon is much higher than the female. Like, there's never been like a higher female ratio besides maybe Salazzle in the newer one. And Jinx.
There are some that are exclusively female, and then there are a few that have a higher chance of being female.
Really? Yeah, because I know Salazzles were. They're probably most well known because they actually have a form that turned like males, whatever, don't turn into Salazzles. It's only females. Just kind of a play on like in the real jungle that like males would have the. Yeah, science, Zach.
All this Pokemon stuff is going over my head.
There's that funny thing where if you evolved certain Pokemon because the gender rate was so weird, you could start out with a male. I don't remember what it was, and then you'd evolve it, and it'd be female by the end of the process.
Like it had like an asexual change rate?
I guess.
Wow, that's really cool.
Yeah.
Was it routes?
I
feel
no
like
idea.
Gardevoir would definitely be the one that would.
I don't think
Do you
so.
remember those comics that came out from Dorkly back in the day? Where they're like, oh your Gardevoir is so pretty. He's like, it's a guy.
I've seen quite a few of those just because that joke's so so
Yeah.
prevalent.
Figures show that Pokemon is now the world's highest ranking grossing media franchise, beating out the likes of Star Wars, Hello Kitty, and Mickey Mouse.
Take that, Disney.
Yeah. All of a sudden, next week, Disney buys out Pokemon.
They could try.
I can fucking see it.
Eh.
Paramount moves up the release date for Jeff Fowler's Sonic the Hedgehog movie and Tim Miller's Terminator by releasing them November 2019. So we're going to see the edgy new Sonic, cool bro Sonic, in 2019.
Turns out he's just awkward and relatable.
Michael Cera Sonic. That'd be cool. And like have Tails be the badass instead.
Yeah.
I'm just here to support my friend Tails. He's the real wild guy.
Oh, actually,
Gets himself a fast car.
here's actually a story that I'm really excited about. Charles Martinet is said to voice Mario in the Wreck-It Ralph movie.
Who?
Charles Martinet is the voice of Mario.
Oh, okay.
And the only reason I bring this up is I am super excited because I really do like Charles Martinet. Like, I don't know if I said this on my. I think I said this the last one with Conzo because we sat and I gotta sit and have a conversation with him. But he's one of the coolest dudes ever. Like, I told him he should write a fucking inspiration book. Like, cause like every panel, it's almost an hour long and it doesn't feel like an hour, and it is the most. It is one of the greatest panels in my life. Like, that sounds like so weird. Like, you'd think like, man, I saw Jason Momoa. Like, I've seen Jason Momoa. I've seen all these other people talk. I even saw Stan Lee talk. And Stan Lee is just a senile old man that's like, I think Goku could lift up Force Hammer Excelsior. So everyone says it's canon now. Fuck you. Charles Burnett actually, like, his panel was like, look at me. I went to Juilliard and, like, everyone thinks it's a step down to voice characters. No. I'm having the time of my life. He's like, I love Mario. I love Nintendo for giving me this chance, and I was not doing anything with my degree until now, and if you have a dream, pursue it. And like that to me has always resonated with me. Plus he answered my Mario joke. Just super spot on.
What was the joke?
So during the interview process before we got to, like, because we already met him already, I got him to sign my copy of Mario Kart 64. That's at my parents' house framed because I'm a weirdo. But he's like, oh hey, he's like, he remembered my name too, and this just freaked me out. And he's like, so what's your question, bud? I'm like, so what kind of jeans does Mario wear? And he just paused, he smiled, and he said, he did it like spot on with the rhythm, like dum 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 dum. And I'm like, yeah. And then I just like, and like I was like, I really actually don't have a question. I just wanted to thank you for talking to me while we were doing the signing. I do really think you're inspirational. And then he just went back into more talking about inspirational shit. So, like, someone always asks me who my dream interview would be. It's not like Obama or anything like that. It's Charlie Burnett, man. Like, he's so cool. So, yeah. Developer Yacht Club has revealed Showdown, the fourth and final DLC for its excellent 8-bit inspired platformer Shovel Knight and its 2D multiplayer brawler.
Nice.
That we might be playing sometime soon. We got more controllers for the Xbox. It's gonna be a good time, guys. It's gonna be 4-player Shovel Knight. It's gonna be like Brawl, but I'm not gonna walk away saying it doesn't affect my life.
He
Just
says
watch.
as he dies
As you say, just watch.
over and over again.
You should make him play Cuphead. Then we'll really see how he feels.
I've beaten Cuphead. I've Cuphead on Steam.
Have you beaten it on hard? Okay, good. Then you've actually beaten
How long
it.
did it take?
I don't mind bullet hell. Here is my thing. When people say I suck at video games, I have certain game genres I'm really good at. I cannot fucking play Smash Bros. Because it's not a typical fighter. Smash Bros. Is in its own level. I don't like FPSs because I don't have the
Hand-eye coordination.
hand-eye coordination to do that. But someone's like, but you play fighting games. I'm like, there's a different kind of coordination for fighting games than there is for FPSs. FPSs is like turn. Like the split-second movements for like a fighter is just like controller movements. That's why when I play like when we're playing like these random tournaments, I'll have the one that's plugged in because I don't want like a second frame to like go off. Like wireless controllers, there's a lag. So yeah. Meh.
So I found Kian's cheat then.
No.
It's not a cheat.
I know, I'm just fucking
Yeah, I was
with
like-
you.
So, Insomniac's community director James Stevenson revealed the new Spider-Man DLCs. The City That Never Sleeps DLC will release in 3 parts and start with the heist. And then you get the more expansions, 2 more expansions with new villains, suits, and missions. And Turf Wars and Silver Lining. So this is going to be interesting. I wonder like who the villains are going to be. And yeah. One fan creates their own Poltergeist 5000 from Luigi's Mansion using Nintendo Labo and a little bit of imagination. They made an AR reality game where you play as Luigi.
Nice.
Yeah, so he's not dead.
No, he's still pretty dead.
Remember that? I can't believe it's a fucking thing.
He died like 3 times already.
Yeah, no, but like, everyone is like sad Luigi died, but like, no one remembers in the Ridley premiere trailer that Mega Man and Mario get fucking murdered like right away, and Samus just has to fight Ridley by herself. You think Cyber Ridley is going to be an Echo character?
He'll probably just be an alternate skin.
Then he'd be an Echo.
Probably they could, but again, I don't see them wasting time for that.
I can.
And probably, but
They wasted time for Daisy. I feel like they could waste time for Ridley.
Assassin Daisy?
What? No, I'm not sassing Daisy. I'm just making a point. Like, Dark, yeah, like they wasted time to actually put Dark Pit,
I mean, Dark Pit was already a character in the last game.
quote unquote.
He was
What,
already
he
a character in the
unlockable or
last
something?
game.
No, he was just a color palette swap. But this time they like made it different. Whereas arrows are going to be a different color when he shoots because he's the dark version. Aren't they making Dark? Isn't Dark Link an Echo character in this one too?
I think so. I'm not entirely sure.
I hope Metal Mario becomes an Echo then.
I think they aren't going to do that just because there is already an item that can just make any character metal.
Is it still there? Okay.
I'm pretty sure.
Alrighty. Free-to-play online games for Nintendo Switch will apparently be excluded from the Switch's paid subscription service, which starts next month. So your Splatoon 2s and your ARMS and stuff, you're still golden, guys. Play it away. And Stardew Valley, I think.
I think so.
Oh.
Will it be? Because I don't think the multiplayer's out yet.
They'll probably allow it, I'm guessing. Cause
Okay.
I don't think it'd be too multiplayer intensive anyway.
Stardew Valley is just super fun, though. Just download it.
I should not.
It's quite stressful.
Probably not.
I've spent hours on Stardew Valley. Just
Your
making
stress
maps.
reliever is not mine, just like my games are not yours.
Like, yeah, I'm sorry I don't play fucking Kirby continuously.
I was talking about Smash and how you lose so often, and then when we play Street Fighter, I lose.
We haven't played Smash for so long.
We will when it comes out. We'll just have a That'll be a Friendsgiving thing.
Tournament? No tournament. Free for all, bro.
Oh god.
Just have 8 players. Can you still? You probably can't, but they're not probably going to make a 3DS version for Smash, are they?
They'll probably make the controller adaptable to the new Switch game. But,
God, that would be awesome, because then I could just link my 3DS controller.
That would be pretty dope, actually.
I mean, it would make sense. You could probably they're probably already working on it.
Capcom reveals how it reimagined the version of Resident Evil 2 uses James Cameron's Alien as inspiration for the character Sherry Birkin. So she's going to be a scared AI, but she's going to be more like the AI is supposed to be more fluid instead of just some dumb fucking idiot just running around.
So it'll be like 2 AIs like an alien?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Capcom reveals how Microsoft is preparing to launch a subscription service bundle pack that includes a console, Xbox Live, Game Pass Dub, Xbox All Access. Meh.
That sounds dirty.
Yeah. I don't know. Like, this All Access shit, like, it sounds like a joke to me, though. It's just like, I don't know. I don't do the whole, like, Xbox, PlayStation is better thing, but, like, I feel like this is Xbox just trying to, like, stay relevant, but I feel like Xbox lost this gen because they didn't have exclusives. A lot of exclusives.
They didn't really have much of anything.
They had everything PlayStation had. Besides Cuphead. Basically.
What about Monster Hunters? Was that both?
It's both.
Yeah.
Oh.
That was the thing. Monster Hunter was exclusively Nintendo until Worlds.
They broke contract for that.
Yeah, they did, and I fucking thank them for that.
Whatever happened because of that? Nothing?
Nothing, because they made billions of dollars.
They got Kian's money.
That's the thing. Monster Hunter saved Capcom's fiscal year. Because Capcom
Marvel
Marvel
vs.
vs.
Capcom.
Capcom Infinite fucking tanked. Because they were dumb and put it out 2 weeks after Fighters.
I was gonna say, you brought that up when we went to Walmart that one time.
The extreme hype for that game was gone, which sucked because, like, it's not a bad game. It's just...
It got lost in the hype of
which
Fighters.
sucked. Fallout 76 Limited Power Armor Edition has sold out, and Bethesda responds to fans' concerns, explaining the studio is unable to create more. Lies. I'm kidding. Whatever.
I wouldn't buy it.
I don't buy special... Like, I'm a big believer in not buying special...
Like, is it, like, what is, like, actual armor?
It's like a statue or something
Oh,
like that.
okay. I was gonna say, if they actually make
My
armor,
thing,
that's-
I'm a big believer in... You guys know this. I don't like clutter that is, like, useless shit. You know what I fucking mean?
Yeah.
You know what I mean, though? It's just, I don't like to have, like... First of all, I think it's fucking weird to be like, hey, man, look at my awesome Resident Evil cardboard house that I got for my special edition. Cost me an extra $80.
Cardboard house.
Resident Evil special edition came in like a cardboard house of the
Mansion.
the mansion, and it like had a thing, had like the doll finger thumb drive,
Oh, okay.
which did not only carried like a megabyte of data, so meh. But you didn't see this, but the Resident Evil 2 special edition, one of the pre-order bonus, one of the special editions, which in general I just think it's cool, is there's a Bluetooth typewriter keyboard.
Oh, yeah.
That looks like a
I've seen
typewriter,
that.
and it like types like a legit typewriter. And like I would just like that just to type, just be like.
But the special edition for that is super expensive.
It's like $1,000.
Yes. All for a keyboard.
Yeah.
It better be dang good.
Yeah. See,
Better be able to cure cancer.
That's what I mean. Like, and then there's some fucking special editions that don't even come with the game.
Really? You gotta get them separate?
Yeah, it comes with the metal tin. And like all this cool shit, but not a game. And they're like, no, that it's true. If you look at any special edition, you have to make sure that it comes with the game. Because some of them do not. Like, if it has a metal book, most likely the game is not in that metal book, and you have to buy the game separate. Because it's you're paying for the metal book collector edition. You're paying for the metal book. You're not paying for the game.
Wow.
That's how shitty some of these things are.
I don't think I've ever heard of anything doing that. Usually they bring
Assassin's Creed, Resident Evil had one, Red Dead has one. There's been a lot of them. It's just you just don't really hear about it because people have gotten smart over not buying dumb shit. Unless you're my former roommate, who bought dumb shit. I just don't. I don't believe in and I know that we have friends who have really and I think their displays of their shit is super cool. But personally for me, unless it's in an office where unless it's
these are my grandchildren. I use this limited edition scrapbook to show them off.
No, what I mean is if this thing got big and we had an office, I wouldn't mind having cool shit in there because it'd be an office area.
It'd be decorative.
Yeah. Whereas
we'd be showing off our sweet bills.
Sweet swag we got from stuff. No, I'm kidding. But you know what I mean though? That's what I mean though. I personally, as a person...
Yeah, you have to be able to justify the purchase.
Yeah, I can't justify... that makes it sound like it's a penny pincher, but I cannot justify buying...
I mean, everybody has their own reason for spending.
Yeah. We're I can buy mangas, and I have a manga bookshelf in my closet.
You have the special limited edition collector's volume of Dragon Ball?
No, I have hardcovers of all the JoJo's, though, because they don't come in paperback.
Not anymore.
Yeah, it's so much bullshit.
Those are expensive as hell.
Or you go on Amazon and it says slightly used and you see a picture. It's that thing's beat to shit.
Slightly used by who?
Yeah.
OJ?
So Microsoft talked about having a VR system, but decided not to have one because they're it's just too much technology and it wouldn't benefit them in the end. Which is I think it's understandable.
Yeah.
But it's Microsoft.
Yeah.
This gen, they were looking at it, but which I understand. Mm-hmm. Developer Unknown Worlds has revealed the first details of Below Zero, long-teased Arctic expansion of the superb underwater survival adventure Subnautica. That's super cool.
Nice.
Let's see. So, there's a new Binding of Isaac things coming out called the... what's it called? Short teaser. Repentance. Just a little teaser. We don't know what it is. And I don't know what it is.
Props to the dude for keeping that game alive, and he has been trying to work on other projects, that's for sure, but god dang.
I have so much respect for that guy, though.
He tries to please everybody and keep it fresh.
Yeah, you really realize
That's
that.
admirable.
You really realize that from Indie Game, the movie. Because he's the one who also made Super Meat Boy, and you just kind of realize how he works, his work ethic, and I think that's why for me anything he does, I take a look at just because that movie made me really interested in his work, because I didn't give a shit about Super Meat Boy until I saw that movie, and I'm I'll give it a try. What? Well, I don't there's certain things I didn't give a shit about Braid or Fez, and I still don't really give a shit about them because I think both those guys were super pretentious douchebags who made those games. Where there's a deeper meaning in everything, blah blah blah. I'm yeah, that's great. I don't give a fucking shit. Is it a playable game? Cool. Super Meat Boy, you could tell these guys were working on this day and night and just slaving away, and their face when it first was not on the Xbox market because they were promised a spot, and because they were in a time zone that was earlier than Xbox. Xbox was in California and they were on the East Coast, so they were 3 hours ahead or whatever. So they didn't get it out yet. So they're just worried. They're this is the make or break time. If we're not on there, we're not going to make our revenue back or anything. And it ended up beating every indie game. It was probably the highest under Castle Crashers for Xbox 360. So it was whatever this guy does, I definitely take a look at, because just watching how creative people put aside his marriage. Now he didn't get divorced, but he's I have to be doing this all the time and I cannot spend time with you and shit like that. He sacrificed all that shit to get where he's from. So it's just super interesting to see. anyone's creative making. Nintendo has gained a bit of a reputation for strict copyright policy in the last few months alone. It's filed several lawsuits against emulation sites, and it is believed to have indirectly pressured ROM site MU Paradise into shutting down. Now Nintendo has gone after a new target, an 11-year-old fan game creator, Pokemon Essentials. The kit in question, a role-playing game maker, allowed users to design their own Pokemon adventures according to Kotaku. The site used full tile-set maps, music, and sprites from the official games, as well as all classic mechanics required to catch and collect Pokemon. It was founded in 2007, and it was used to create popular fan game Pokemon Uranium, which was shut down 2 years ago. Following the reported copyright notice from Nintendo, it was perhaps something of an inevitable therefore that Nintendo would target the root of the problem. A member of the forum Poke community, Marin, announced that they could no longer host the software in the community forum, stating that the Pokemon Essentials wikis and all downloads for it have been taken down due to copyright claim by Nintendo of America. Apparently, Pokemon Essentials will no longer be hosted or distributed any on Pokemon Community. According to The Verge, the last known proprietor of the Pokemon Essentials, Maruno, has confirmed the downloads have been deleted, while the fandom that hosted the wiki page, it was also stated Nintendo took action against it. Despite the bad news, Marin urged Pokemon fans not to freak out about the claim, adding, "There's no reason to get angry with Nintendo or anyone else involved." I like that statement.
Yeah.
I do kind of think Nintendo does. I don't know. I'm a big believer in, like, I know we had this conversation off mic, but, like, I don't know. I think fan games help people end up developing things that are different.
The thing is, it's Nintendo of America.
Yeah.
Which is just a branch off of Nintendo.
Bitches. Yeah.
And they generally do some questionable stuff.
Yeah, like steal Captain M and the Game Master and not give credit to the people who made it.
Nintendo of America.
Fuck yeah. No, I don't know.
Nintendo of America. Fuck yeah.
But, like, my thing about, like, this is just, I don't know. And, like, the article, the tutorial I was seeing, they were using, like, it's very interesting that the software that they have been using for these games is actually a software that I started out using, XP, RPG Maker, and that's a 20-year-old software. And that's how they're using it to make the Pokemon game, because that's all the ROM and emulators can do, like, the coding can handle. So that's super interesting, and, like, I don't know. I think it sucks, though, to hinder game creators from, I don't know. I'm a big believer in that, though. You know what I mean? If you're not doing anything with that stuff, and you're not, and I know where you came from, though. You did have a solid point. You know, you're just like, well, you know, they have this, they have, you know.
It takes away from their ability to create revenue with that, even if it's not them that's making it. It's still just creating that vacuum of nothing's going to them, but nothing's going to the other people.
I have uranium on my old MacBook. It's still fun. Like, it had a very interesting concept with that radioactive shit. Yeah. So, like, it was much darker. People died. People died.
Because of cancer?
Yeah, a lot of things, actually. It was like, your dad dies in the explosion. That's why you, like, your mom and dad die in the explosion.
So you're an orphan.
With your grandma. Yeah.
Dang.
Yeah,
wow.
you live with your grandma.
That got dark real quick.
Yeah. So, Sucker Punch has recruited real samurais to bring authenticity to Ghost of Tsushima in the action RPG game, which I think is super cool. Like, they're having, like, actual samurais help mocap the thing.
That is pretty cool, yeah.
I'm a big nerd for samurais. I don't know why, but, like, they're just really cool to me. So,
your ancestors' blood is coursing through you.
I'm Filipino, so that doesn't work.
Oh boy.
Get Jane Jones' name is those.
You're like distant cousins' ancestors' blood is flowing through you.
Oh yeah, the other backlash. Electronic Arts stock prices dropped 10% in the wake of Battlefield 5's release date being delayed just over a month. Fans are also very mad. Which I don't fucking understand.
Didn't they delay it because they had to fix something?
Yeah. God, that's what gets me. It's like,
just patch it later.
That's dumb. Like, I would rather, but then they played like, why is it not patched? It's catch-22.
Yeah.
No matter what they do. Fuck. After several weeks of nervousness over China's freeze on video game approvals, developers' worst fears have been confirmed. China does indeed want to severely regulate the number of video games it approves, albeit for an unlikely reason. Chinese President, I'm not even going to say his name, it was really hard, like Xiao Jinping, in remarks reported this week by Chinese news outlet Xinhua, said video game regulation is because he cares for the children's eyes and wants to let them have a bright future. At a glimpse of insensible declaration of clearly the man is true visionary. So, what do you feel about his not wanting to approve more video games because of the eye care of the Chinese people? It's a little weird.
There's some ulterior motive there.
There's very similar ulterior motive.
That's just like, that's basically every evil villain's cover-up. Oh, just think of the children, how happy they'll be once all the dogs are gone. Ah ha ha.
Yeah.
Very low bar.
So we have a few questions.
Oh gosh.
Alright.
One of them is from Julia. Julia Johnson says, "Hey, so I was rewatching Lord of the Rings."
Oh boy.
And she says, "I think you could create an MMORPG based on the Fellowship of the Ring without actually being part of the Fellowship, but being like an elf, a dwarf, or an ogre. I think it's orcs, but I don't know." She says, "What other games do you think would make awesome? What other movie or TV worlds would make good MMORPGs that you could see actually happening?" Well, they tried it with Xenoverse and it failed. It didn't fail. It's actually really big in Japan, which I don't understand.
Everything's really big in
Yeah,
Japan.
it's weird. Like, I get
Once
it.
it gets a following, it keeps that following.
Yeah.
Yep.
I guess, after doing a lot of research on One Piece, I think One Piece would make an awesome MMORPG. Just being in the world of pirates. KOTOR is really good, so anything Star Wars.
Voltron.
What?
Voltron.
Voltron. Yeah, but then people would want to be pilots. Like, you'd have to not name it Voltron though. You'd have to Galaxy Garrison. Just call it the Galaxy Garrison.
There you go.
Which would be really cool, actually. Like, you could be choose between an Altean or a rock alien or Samoans.
Easy there.
Hunk. Just make Hunk. Yeah, I don't know. Danny Phantom. Just play a ghost. With powers.
That'd be pretty cool, actually.
You got anything?
Foster's Home for Imaginary Friends.
Not off the top of my head, no.
Fusion Fall.
That was already a thing.
That's a weird thing, too.
That
I
was
guess
a thing.
Samurai Jack would be an awesome open world game. There's so many different kind of races in there. Doing
Dog people.
Dog people. I think City of Heroes had it good, though. DC Online, it's not the best game, but it's actually super interesting. So, I don't know. Mortal Kombat, I think, would actually make a good MMORPG, as much as, weird as that sounds. Because there are factions and shit. And, it is not predominantly just fighting, because, Outrealm does try to take over the world. And so, you could be Special Forces, or Outrealm Warrior, or Tarkatan. And
Or just some guy named Bob.
just Bob's there.
Hello, I think I missed picking up my wife and kids. Where
Why
am
is
I?
there a giant centaur man attacking? Oh, and our last question is from Dominic, and it's about video game glow-ups.
Glow-ups?
Okay, so the thing is, he's like, "Hey, you were talking about Mortal Kombat last week, and I remember playing Mortal Kombat 3 and seeing William Stryker looking like some deadbeat dad, overweight, but he was in a fighting game. And then Mortal Kombat 2011 came out, and he actually looks pretty badass. What characters from the 90s got an awesome video game glow-up?"
I think it means it's basically improving how they looked.
Yeah,
I would say, Donkey Kong to me had, a really cool glow-up. Do you remember Donkey Kong 64? He was so blocky. And his
Yeah.
voice was, "Okay." Okay. World of Warcraft actually got just a major glow up, just in general, over the years.
Yeah.
Mortal Kombat definitely. I think Mortal Kombat got a glow up, but I feel like they also went a little overboard with the fatalities.
Everything got glowed up.
I feel like for the fatalities, it went overboard because, like, simple is better to me. And, like, Mortal Kombat XL's fatalities got, like, really fucking weird.
Instead of just taking out your skull and spine, they have to go through all these steps to do it.
One of them that was really uncomfortable is Kenshi's, where, like, he takes his telepathy and basically, I thought he was going to do a marionette thing. No, he just takes your ribcage and just hangs you up there while he just takes his sword and, like, drills through your face. I'm like, alright, come on.
Let's keep it.
Some of those things
try
are
to
really
keep it
brutal.
Yeah.
Uh,
But they did change brutality is really awesome, where it's just your finish. It's like a super move, but it actually kills them. So like Johnny Cage's brutality is, it does this special nut punch move, and your head just flies off. He hits you. He uppercuts your dick so hard.
That's a real low blow right
your
there.
head comes off.
dang.
And then Liu Kang's fire attack burns your legs off and you die. I'm like, that's fucking cool. Samus got a glow up.
Yes, very much so. Zero in the Zero
Mega
series
Man series.
compared to X's Zero. I liked that redesign a whole lot better.
What am I fighting for?
In the new games, he actually knows what he's fighting for.
We didn't talk about this last week. Did you watch the new Mega Man series?
I watched a bit of it.
It's fucking weird.
Everything's weird.
Like,
He's a kid.
Dr. Light doesn't know he's Mega Man, but yet Dr. Light made him? And the only thing that makes Mega Man different is that his eyes turn blue.
And he gets a helmet.
And he gets a helmet with a robot. And, like, we don't know where the robot fucking comes from. Dr. Light made him, but, like, Dr. Light didn't make the robot. It comes out of Mega Man's head. No! Like, it's the thing. And did you get to the... There's an episode where there's Miss Hypnotize or something like that. She wants to, like, just make people happy, so that's what she hypnotizes. And Mega Man's supposed to learn a life lesson, and he's like, you're not supposed to control people even though it's going to be good for the world. Blam, blam, blam. And destroys her.
Just straight up murders her?
Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's only like Robot Master that gets beat and shit. Like, it's supposed to teach you a life lesson about, like, free choice, but, like, you think about the free choice is like, crime stopped during this entire time. Like, nothing bad happened. And Mega Man's like, no, people need the free will to be good. Blap, blap, blap. And she's, like, gonna go on a date with Dr. Light, but Mega Man stops him. And, like, Roll isn't there, but, like, Dr. Light has a human daughter. And then, like, Dr. Light is, like, a fucking hipster.
The hell is going on?
So, like, Dr. Light is this big, bulky dude now, and he has, like, dreadlock fucking ponytail.
Why?
And then Albert Wily is Burt Wily, who is Mega Man's closest friend.
What?
And he gets his iconic Dr. Wily hair. Like, because it's just all this dumb anime look at first. And then he gets his iconic hair because it's like, people shouldn't make fun of people for being different. So he shaves the fucking middle of his hair, so it's just the Dr. Wily bald spot. He's like, so I did this. And he shows everyone that he shaved the middle of his hair so he looks like Dr. Wily, but a ginger and without a beard.
But why?
This show is so fucking weird. Oh my god, it is insane. And, like, the guy who is bad is the police chief who lost his arm during the Robot War, so it was very recently that the Robot War happened. But then you find out he's working with the robots to make the robots look bad so he can have another Robot War.
What?
Yeah.
Why?
Yeah. Like, I can't fucking make this
Ah.
up. Like, and no one knows he's Mega Man, but his voice does not change. He looks the same, besides he's wearing a helmet and his eyes turn blue.
It's just as this guy's a helmet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And, like, I don't think anyone like, So, Dr. Light has a real daughter, but made his son the same age as his real daughter.
Why?
Because I think it was like to make robot relations better or some shit like that. Because like Mega Man's like, no, robots are bad, evil constable guy. And evil constable is like, robots are definitely the worst. He's like, no, they're not. He's like, why? I was like, well, I can't tell you, but I'm actually a robot. Like, that's basically what it is.
Is his voice actually that high?
I don't know. I'm just like, but yeah, it's fucking weird. It's
Why?
Watch it.
I feel like that just from the writing alone, that's pretty bad storytelling.
What the fucking the whole fucking like, I gotta stop you because you're making crime stop because you're hypnotizing people to be good and people need free will. I'm like, what?
I mean, I get you and I feel you, but crime is stopped.
Yeah, I was like, but like, she has no, and she's like, there's no ill intent. I'm not hurting anyone. I don't want people to get hurt. So I've hypnotized them not to commit crime. And Mega Man's like, everyone deserves free will. No matter what they do. I'm like, what? No, she's doing good.
I mean, he's not wrong, because otherwise that's a cult.
I know, but like...
But I get what you're saying. There was no ill intent with it, but...
I gotta see the series now. Like,
that's just weird.
I wish it had the... I just kind of wish it still had the awesome theme song. Mega Man! Now, but, like, the one thing is that they have an 8-bit... They have the 8-bit feel. With, like... But it doesn't know who it's supposed to be marketed for, because, like, kids nowadays wouldn't understand the 8-bit transitions and stuff like that. That's for the adults, but, like, it's not a show for adults to watch with their kids. It's basically just a kid show. That's weird.
It's trying to get in those adult viewers with nostalgia, but it's primarily aimed at kids.
Yeah. So that's been our video game podcast. If you want, watch the new Mega Man series. It's fucking weird. Tell me how you think about it. Leave a comment down below. Listen to us on Podbean, iTunes, and YouTube. If you want to support us, there's Patreon. And have a good day, guys. Be good people.
Bye.